Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I'm sorry, my nose was itching. I feel like I got to sneeze, but I feel good now. How is everybody doing tonight? You know what time it is. It is time for Stella. Now, I don't have my Stella Rosa again. I've been working really hard, so I didn't have time to go to the liquor store. So I'm still sipping on my Jamaican Me Happies. I've kind of had some of these lingering in the refrigerator for a while, so I'm going to continue to sip on this. But you know what? You can still tell me what you drinking. What is everybody else sipping on tonight? Mm. And this is so good. I feel like I should save some of it and put it with a splash of tequila or something. I don't know. But you all, I've been waiting to talk to you all. I kind of did a catch up video earlier this week where I already told you about my trip to Atlanta. We already kind of talked about Big Brother and what I missed. So now we're at double eviction. And when I tell you, this is one of the best half. The first half of the episode was a heavy fast forward. Like I could have really fast forward a lot the first half of the episode. But that second hour of Big Brother was probably some of the best Big Brother I've seen in a really, really, really long time. And I'm so excited to talk to you all about it. I definitely want to talk about double eviction. I want to talk about the jury house segment. I want us to be a little bit shady on these BB comics. I figured out how to share my screen without putting the pictures over my face. I feel a little bit brand new and I kind of don't know how to act. And I can't wait to do it for all my lives. Like, I'm so happy I learned something new because I hate sharing a picture and then you can't see my face because I feel like that's the whole point of going live unless I'm using my avatar. Hey, Dr. Ivy, you have a frozen lime margarita. That sounds good. This double eviction, I mean, the second half was lit. It was very lit. The first half, we could just go ahead and fast forward through. Now, disclaimer, I know on Friday nights we talk about all the competition shows. If you were aware, if not, I believe Wednesday night it was all over national news. There was an active shooter in Memphis. Very unfortunate. Prayers to all the families of the victims. Very sad situation. Someone was riding around Memphis, and I ain't gonna say someone. I know who it was. His name was Ezekiel Kelly. He trash. We could use his name. He's also an adult. Driving around Memphis, just shooting at random people and going live on Facebook, killing people. And I'm just like, ugh. So one of my girlfriends sent me the little link about what was going on, but she didn't say it was in Memphis. So, I was out in the streets, I was at the gym. And so I didn't pay no attention. I went on to the gym, did my little workout, and went home. It wasn't until I got home and I turned on the TV that I noticed that the active shooter was in Memphis. And common sense, Angie, if your girlfriend is sending you something about an active shooter, she probably means it's in Memphis. But I'm saying all this to say, of course, with an active shooter going on Wednesday night in Memphis, it was breaking news on all of the news channels in Memphis. So I didn't watch the Challenge USA. I could have watched it last night, but football was back and double eviction was 2 hours. So I ain't watched the Challenge USA. I know who went home. I believe David went home. They did the semi truck challenge. Nobody wanted to pull the trigger on Tyson because Ben was the winner. Hey Stormy. Ben, Charles told me the cliff notes. I haven't watched it, so we're just not going to talk about the challenge tonight because that's why I have not watched it. A very unfortunate situation, but I'll catch up on it over the weekend, and I really don't care. Bring on the final. Bring on the final. That's what I'm ready to see. But Big Brother was good enough where we could talk about Big Brother tonight, right? Where do we want to start? I don't know. The comics were trash. Let's start with the comics. Let's show off my new StreamYard skill. because the comics did come first. Okay, here we go. See, now you can still see me on the little box and we can see the comics. Now I know the slides of my pictures got this huge white box. I didn't want to make the picture too big to cover the full box because it would have distorted the picture. But your girl is learning. I'm going to have some cute graphics going forward where my picture is going to be lit. But at least we're both present on the screen and everyone is happy. Now, put your shady comments in the chat. We're going to go over each comic. We're going to talk about the ones we like. We're going to give the editors our tweaks on how this could have been better. Put the shady updates in the chat. Now, this is Alyssa. She's called Melissa Stopping the Crime at the Drop. Now, Alyssa should have been called Float Lissa, and they should have had her hanging out on one of them floaties in the have not room, and she just gonna float around till crime stops because she ain't doing shit to stop or start anything in the game. So she should have been called Float Lissa, and that could have been a haha for her 10-second floaty sex and an accurate depiction of where she's at in the game. She's the ultimate floater. I mean, Brittany is doing more than Alyssa right about now. Ooh, this Jamaican me happy gonna be gone. Yeah, I mean, Zingbot had it correct, dead weight and useless. She should have just been laying there. Crime should have been beating her ass up, you know. But that's Alyssa's. I mean, that's what I thought her comic should be. All I can say is I ain't ever heard Alyssa. Right, I've never talked about her. I've never heard her talking about shopping. Taylor is the one that be dressed. And it's very clear that they're not against trashing people in their comics because Kyle's comic was hilarious. So they could have trashed Alyssa too, but let's move on. Who's next? These are not in any particular order. I'm brand new. Hey Andrew, with these slides. So they just uploaded how they came out my phone. But like I said, your girl, this is my first time getting it right. I'm gonna get better. So it's no particular order. Okay, DJ Showtime. His beats are super chill. Now, outside of Turner calling himself, or this ain't Turner, who is this? Terrence calling himself DJ Showtime. They were too nice to Terrence. To me, Terrence should have been on a bus. He should have been Captain CTA. That's the bus system in Chicago. Captain CTA. And his super skill is dodging Black Lives Matter moments. Like anything that has to do with blackness, he's dodging it. So that should have been Terrence's comic. Because that's who he's been in the game. He's been very anti-black. And you're going right back to the CTA, sir. I don't see you having any kind of DJ career in the future. Now, what y'all giving Terrence? Because they were way too nice. Way too nice to me. Kyle's was very shady. A couple people had some shady ones, but Terrence didn't deserve anything this nice. I keep forgetting she's still in the game. Right. Kyle threw his game away to keep her, and she outlasted him. I have so much to say when we get to this double eviction. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. DJ Snoretown, because he probably does snore, and he's boring. And he been asleep half the game. Right, DJ No Time. No time has he been correct, politically correct. He's been off code all game. I agree. Those are good for Terrence. Let's see who's next. Oh, McDonald. The killer veggies make you say E-I-E-I-O. Is Daniel from a farm and I just don't remember? I mean, maybe they couldn't do anything with Elvis. I don't know. This one sucks. Daniels should be. Mm, old McDonald don't have a house, but he on somebody Instagram live. He and somebody on somebody couch. But I really can't think of a good one for Daniel. But this one is complete trash. Mm. How about, oh, I already did DJ No Time. DJ Dead Time. DJ Self Hate. Yes. Oh, I can't wait till he and then I heard, because I ain't listened to his interview. I heard he all on the USA or whatever it is, US Weekly interview talking about how much he loved Taylor. Hilarious. I'm gonna assume that when people leave the house, production tells them how loved Taylor is on the outside, because everyone's tune against Taylor has changed once they exit the house. I don't get it. Skip -10. Okay, well, let's skip him because I don't understand his. Abira, 7% alcohol, 93% ass kicker. Now, how did they get 93% ass kicker when she went home third? Like, I damn near don't even remember Amira. But I guess we had to have something to tie it in with the name or something. They gave Amira too much. I feel like you shouldn't even get no comic if you don't make it to the jury, honestly, because we don't know you. We don't forgot about you already. But I mean, for the namesake, Abira, I like it. It's cute, but it was too much for Amira. They should have gave us something for third place. Like, what's the color of the third place ribbon? I know it's blue, red, yellow. I don't know. I've heard all of his interviews. Right, he backpedaling on Taylor. I'm glad Daniel is depicted as a villain. Okay, but they should have made him a clown. That's what he could have been, the clown of the season. Yes. Ooh, that's a good one, Dr. Ivy. She should have been blindsided Betty. Yes. Or blindsided beer. You could have kept the beer in there, but put in that was one of the best blindsides of the season. Oh, girl didn't even pack all her bags. I remember now. Because I forget after a while, but I remember that now. Yes. Like, if we gonna be shady for everybody. This was too nice. I'm not being shady, but when I saw her comic, I was like, who for a right. Cause that ain't don't go there, Angie. Don't go there, Angie. I'm gonna leave that. Let's go ahead and skip to the next one. Oh, okay. Joseph's is nice. Shredded. What does that say? Because I can't see. Kicking ass in his cardio. I mean, it's kind of weak, but it's positive, and I like Joseph. So I will be happy with the positivity that he is shredded. His body does look nice. I wish he could have stayed a little bit longer, but I like Joseph. So I have no shade for Joseph. And I can't wait to talk about him in this jury segment, because this episode made me like a lot of people that I have not liked all game. And I ain't even gonna say, I'm saying like loosely. Just for the entertainment of it all, I like them. The Pooch, Crime's About to Get Boned. That one's cute. That one is accurate. It's shady enough. I mean, because it's ugly. They turn him into an actual dog with his tongue all out. He's not even a vicious dog. That one's shady enough. Like, they got Pooch right about correct, because I don't even remember Pooch. We know there's a saying called pooching yourself, which is volunteering to go on the block, but your ass goes home. I like this one for Pooch. I ain't mad at it. Law abiding body. Ooh, yes. He obeys all the laws of health and fitness with that body because Joseph is ripped. Hey Zuda. Okay, let's get through these so we can get into the double eviction. Now, Brittany's, this one was right on time. Brit flee. The head itch in charge. Oh, they got Brittany so accurately. And then if you notice on Joseph's comic, they got her in Joseph's head tagging along. Brittany, I didn't watch. Oh yeah, Wednesday night's episode I didn't watch because of course the things going on that went on in Memphis, so I missed the episode. But Brittany, you have been attached to Michael this entire game. This comic is so accurately funny. I died when I saw it because I saw everything on Twitter because again I didn't watch. I know Dr. Ivy, I'll be saying people name all wrong. And I ain't even had nothing but this tonight. I ain't even got started on partying for the weekend. Get it together, Itch. But I love this one. Hey Eric, you at work right now? Oh Lord. Perfect for Brittany. Okay, you have a good night too. Be safe at work. Let's move on from Brittany's. Now, Brazilian wax for Indy. Number one, this don't look shit like Indy. And I know we exaggerate a little bit for the comics, but this is straight fiction is false, right? This is straight fiction. And I guess comics are fiction, but this not even loosely based on Indy. This could be any white woman with blonde hair. Any. That don't look nothing like Indy. Indy is also another boring person. I get Brazilian waxer because she's from Brazil. And she could have that because she did nothing in the game to really have a good comic. But at least draw the comic to somewhat look like Indy. This could be anybody. But it damn sure ain't Indy. Okay, let's move on. But I did think Brazilian waxer was cute. Now look. Right, that could have been Angela with some blonde hair. It looked more like Angela. Like Indy's body does not look like that. And I mean, I guess Turner body don't look like this neither. But let's move on. The rug of war, cute. Turner is a rug maker. The shade of this is he dirty. Because at first everybody was on Twitter, why is Turner looking biracial? I'm like, he not biracial, he just dirty. That's it. He don't take no bath. This was good. You had to catch it, but it was good. I like this one of Turner's. He do the rugs. Great. Taylor looked dusty as hell. It's Turner, Dr. Ivy. I'm trying to tell you, it's hard getting all these names correct. It's hard. Okay. I have nothing to say about Nicole. She's a short order cook. Okay, great. Nobody can fast forward. Nothing to say about Nicole. Now, Michael's I like. Now, in this picture, you can't see it. They blew it up. But if you look in his hair, Brittany is there. Brittany is right there in the front in the part. He is a copycat. Now, what I like about this comic is that it was foreshadowing. It says, where does it say? It says something about 9 lives. His army has 9 lives. Too bad you don't. Well, guess what? Too bad Michael don't have it either because he don't won 9 competitions and he is now sitting where in the jury. So this was a very foreshadowing comic. I love it. I mean, he likes cats. We know that about Michael. I don't care. I don't care nothing about it. I can't wait to talk about Michael as going home. Michael entertained me tonight, but I like his comic. Her face is scary. Who face is scary? Oh, Nicole's. Let's go back and look. That doesn't even look like Nicole. Like that looked like a black woman. Why? Let's move on. Let's move on. Right, a short order cook. Like she work at the Waffle House. That's the shade of it all right there. And then they said in the house her food was nasty. It probably was. Okay, this the best comic of them all. Rep Kyle, crime is about to suffer reptile dysfunction. I needed Kyle to be Kyle was gone. Kyle was gone, right? I needed Kyle to see this in person and get stumped on that little ladder where they swing across. I needed to see his real time reaction. Like this is the best comic. This is the best comic. I love it. Reptile. I wonder what, because I missed the damn episode. Put it in the chat. What did Alyssa say when she read this about her man and his dysfunction? But you know what? She liked them 10 seconds, so it probably wasn't dysfunctional to her. They did Brittany dirty. She next, Boot or Alyssa. We gonna get to that, Stormy. I don't care who go as long as Taylor don't go. Amira saying she wants Monty and Taylor in the final. What? Because she doesn't want Taylor in the jury because what? Amira is saying this from home? Amira needs to be quiet. If you don't make it to jury, you can't comment nothing on the game. Joseph don't remember you. Girl, I don't hardly remember you. Ain't nobody thinking about who with who in the jury house. You don't even get to come to finale night. You got to do the Zoom call, girl. Be quiet. Said something about his tongue wasn't. Shut up, Angie. Be quiet. She said his tongue wasn't long. I wonder what else went long, but let's move on. Amira posted Taylor and Monty final 2 on a blank screen. It's amazing how everyone loves Taylor once they figure out America loves Taylor. Amazing. Why they got the black person disgusted with Kyle comic and his butt cheeks look like that? Why they got the black person disgusted with Kyle's comic and his butt cheeks look like that? I don't understand. I didn't even notice his butt cheeks. I don't even care nothing about what his comic looked like. It's reptile dysfunction for me. That's all I had to read. And it's the best comic. I ain't even look at his ass until you just said it. And you can't even see his ass because it's a big old tail in between it. But let's move on. This is hands down the best. Let's move. Well, second best. I really liked Jasmine's. It was equally as shady. I just wanted her to have a scooter. I felt like the crutches were too much. She should have been on her scooter, knocking over people trying to get to her muffins. But y'all were almost there with Jasmine. It could have been a little bit better. Once everyone dug in their behinds on Twitter, they changed their tune about Taylor. I know that's right. But I'm telling you, the people in the jury, like the way that Jasmine and Indy want Taylor to win, it's crazy. Right. They're all performative with their Taylor love. Right. As soon as the season over, they ain't gonna give a damn about Taylor. And you could try to rebrand all y'all want to. I'm not buying it. Mm-mm. Now, Monty's. Hey, Charles. Monty. Charles, you see, I figured out a little bit of technology. You can see my face and the picture at the same time. I'm moving up in the StreamYard world. But anyway, Monty's comic is a production setup for me. Now, Monty is boring. I can't tell you anything about Monty's personality that could be spun into a comic. I guess they could have done something kind of like Joseph's because he's a personal trainer and maybe he could have been doing something with physical fitness. I don't know. But Monty to be a personal trainer, he ain't as buff as Joseph, but moving on. But this is a setup. Like, why does he have every positive big brother twist on his comic? If I was in the house, I would feel like, okay, he is America's player. He's getting secret advantages. We already know that they know production whispers in their ears is very clear. I would want Monty out after seeing this comic, and I feel like it's a setup. They like, we ain't having two black men win in a row. Taylor Mike can win, but Monty can't. That's what it's giving me. But I'm gonna see. Y'all tell me what it's giving you. Y'all tell me what Monty's giving you. Am I tripping? I don't know. I feel like Jasmine went to jury and couldn't actually think of any instance where Taylor was mean to her, probably. And by the interview questions, you can figure out America likes. Right. By these interviews, people know everybody like Taylor. So it's kind of like, oh, I love Taylor. Oh, I wish I could have been best friends with Taylor, but she said something about a pineapple and I got all confused. Monty's doesn't make sense. Right. It applies that he's the twist or has a twist. Right. And that's very shady on production. Like, this is too much. Like, if he really, I can see if Monty really was a part of Team America and he was already sitting at home or already sitting at the jury and they revealed this in his comic. Okay. But Monty is very much in the game. And that's not right. I'm so happy that Michael was eliminated. Oh yes, we're gonna get to that. We just going through the comics, then we're gonna get to the episode. Jasmine liked Taylor before she. I don't know why Charles does this to me. I don't think me and Charles are watching the same show. I ain't never seen Jasmine like Taylor before she was evicted. You gonna have to be like in school and cite your references, cause I ain't seen it on my TV screen. Yeah, I need an example. I ain't never seen Jasmine like Taylor. Michael got on my last nerve, so I'm glad he's gone. Didn't want him to win anything. Okay, let's get into it because the last comic is Taylor's, and they gave her much respect. Go ahead, little preview of her Lay's sponsorship coming up. She's the Taylor chip. What did it say she do? One bite and she's ready to fight. Now that's kind of false. Taylor ain't good known for fighting, but in one bite she's very unbothered and she just lets karma handle the rest. Okay, I do have some more pictures, but we'll get back to that later. Now let's get into the episode. Now the beginning of the episode, like I said, was boring. I think I started at 15 minutes late so I could fast forward, and it wasn't enough. Like, I needed to watch a good 30 minutes so I could fast forward even more. The beginning of the episode was very Turner friendly. Like, we want Turner to be America's favorite, or we want him to be seen in a positive light. It was too much Turner friendliness for me. And I was ready to fast forward. It was a little bit of Terrence talking about he won a Black Alliance, and I wanted to come through my TV screen. I said, "No, you don't, Mr. Bus Driver, sir. Since when?" It's amazing how when people's asses are on the line, they love to recognize their blackness and how their blackness could be something in common with a few other people in the house. I'm so happy they paid Terrence no attention. I'm so happy Taylor. I wish she could have put him on the block, but at least she got to vote his ass out. Bye. I don't want to talk about what Terrence was doing with Julie. He talking about he's shouting out to Daniel. Why are you shouting out the biggest fool in the house after you, sir? I guess that's why you're friends. Moving on. Let's talk about the jury segment before we get to double eviction. You like Terrence? You like Terrence? You must not watch the live feeds. Look, this is a channel where everyone can like who they want to like. No judgment. If you like Terrence, great. I do not like Terrence at all. Jasmine, right? She tolerated Taylor during Brochella, but that's it. I ain't never seen Jasmine like Taylor. I don't think me and Charles watching the same episodes. Jasmine couldn't stand Taylor and jumped on the hate train day one. It was mostly on the live feeds and not the episodes. Right. And Charles don't watch the live feeds, so he don't get it. Charles Jasmine hated Taylor. Hated with a passion. Any chance she got to talk about who was next, it was Taylor. You can like Terrence. Yes, you can. I just don't like him. You don't even watch the show. Don't be calling me out, Charles. Don't be calling me out. I do watch the show sporadically. Big Brother is the show. You ain't gotta watch it. You can just look at Twitter and you know what's going on. The live feeds don't even show the full story. If the live feeds don't show it, I can tell you damn sure CBS don't show it. CBS give you the story they want you to know, and they want you to think that all the black people got along, but the black people probably hated Taylor the most. But okay, the jury segment. I really enjoyed the jury segment. I think I was, damn it, this is so hard for me to say. But outside of the game, I kind of like Jasmine in her jury segment moment. Like she didn't aggravate me. Indy didn't aggravate me. I loved Joseph. I like how Joseph is Team Taylor. Like I'm not into the showman, I'm not into the jailer or whatever kind of romantic name y'all want to put together for Joseph and Taylor. I didn't ever feed into that, so I don't know how true it is, but I think seeing him support Taylor and root for her and fight for her in the jury, I'm like, okay, I can see Taylor and Joseph. I kind of see it now, but it was just like, oh, like Joseph is down for Taylor. You come in that jury house, he working for Taylor's votes. And let's get to the point. They see Kyle bring his ass in fourth into the jury house, and they can't believe it. They was like, Turner was HOH and your ass is sitting in here with us. Oh, we need to know. Charles, aren't we friends? Why you shading me in the chat? I don't watch. People by now know what I watch. I don't watch the live feeds because I can't figure out how to put that shit on my TV. And y'all done told me about 3 or 4 times, but I still can't figure it out on my Paramount Plus. I watch the live feeds via Twitter and YouTube. So it's still watching the live feeds. And I do watch the episodes. My fast forward finger is just heavy. But everybody knows that. And we're supposed to be friends. But anyway, let's get into Kyle coming in and having to explain why he's in the jury house. This awkward explanation. He doesn't really want to say it, but he knows he has to say it because whoever comes in fifth is going to spray your ass. So he sits him on the couch. They're watching it. They can't believe what's going on. And he has to be like, look, I'm learning and I hope to be educated by the end of this, but I kind of thought, that all y'all people of color had an alliance because, and everybody explaining like, yeah, I ain't like Taylor ass, so I ain't no alliance, and yeah, I ain't like his ass, so I ain't in no alliance. And he was like, well, I just kind of thought. And Indy was like, you thought me too? Indy looked kind of shocked that she had to be grouped in with the people of color, but Indy was like, me too. I wasn't in none of that shit. no cookout 2.0. Everybody was highly pissed off at Kyle. He tried to, explain it. Indy said it the best, like, bitch, you 30 years old, educate yourself. We ain't got time to be sitting around here educating you. Educate yourself. And I appreciated that. The reactions from that segment were so real and authentic to me that I just really enjoyed the moment. Not for, I don't want to get into the racism talk. Y'all know I don't like to angry talk about Big Brother anymore. But I just felt like it was a genuine moment. Like those were real reactions. None of their reactions were tied to a vote or gameplay. It was just kind of like, I could be honest. And they were honest. They told Kyle about himself. I'm sure once the cameras go off, he gonna hear a little bit more. But it seemed like they went kumbaya at the end. But I would have been like Indy. I would have walked off. But Indy, you shouldn't have came back. Stormy, I ain't want to say it, but you did. She was like, I can't be in the White Alliance. I think Indy. Shut up, Angie. I gotta know when not to say stuff as well. But I really enjoyed that moment. So where did I leave? Taylor always got on my nerves at the beginning, but she seems to chill out now. Oh, Charles is Team Turner. Okay. I'm not Team Turner. It irritated me when Jasmine said, if you in a room and someone says something bad and you don't speak up, you wrong too. I was like, no, she didn't. The hypocrisy of all of these people, but it's not that if you're in people hear and see people do fucked up shit all the time and don't say anything all the time. My whole point with Michael and Brittany was say it because you mean it and you want it to be exposed because it was the fucked up thing to do and expose it now. But it was that they exposed it as part of the game that I didn't respect. And as you can see in the jury house, they didn't respect that shit either. They was like, oh, so we're going to use racism as a game move. I felt like I said it on Twitter. Michael used that information to save Taylor because Taylor was a vote for him. They were in an alliance. But by him also using that move to save Taylor, it pushes the jury more in Taylor's favor and against you. So he really didn't have to say nothing. If it was going to be Michael and Brittany, he should have just not said anything, let Taylor go, and let the game unfold. You could have eventually got Kyle out any other kind of way. But you know what? I ain't going to go back there because Michael is now sitting in the same place that Kyle is sitting in. Jasmine's Instagram edits are actually really good and creative. It's a shame she hates Taylor so much. Otherwise, I like her more. I wouldn't know nothing about Jasmine's Instagram because I don't follow her and I ain't looking to follow her. I really don't follow anybody after this season. I might follow Taylor, but I don't want to be a liar. So that's why I say I might. Turner needs to take this as a humbling lesson to start bathing. I agree because to me a bath every other day ain't enough. I feel like people should bathe every day. That's just me in my household. I don't like to not take a bath every day. But yes, Turner needs a I was in that Twitter space and I absolutely get it, Angie. What Twitter space? I missed one. I don't like telling on myself, but I was in the space last night with Tiffany, and you all know I usually love to talk on the Twitter spaces. But my sister gave me some good old edibles when we was in Atlanta, and I brought them home with me. and I hadn't used any, but it was a long work week, and Friday is my work from home. So I said, I'm gonna eat one of these edible cookies and watch the show. Maybe that's why I was so emotional watching Big Brother last night. I don't know. But I took my little edible and I'm watching the show. After the show, we get on Twitter. It seemed like this is why y'all shouldn't do edibles, or do what you want, but why I shouldn't. You never know the ride it's gonna take you on. And as soon as Twitter Spaces started, it took me on a ride. And I was like, Angie, don't get on Twitter Spaces sounding like a fucking idiot. Just listen. And then I'm happy I didn't become a speaker, because eventually I fell asleep. And I woke up when I heard Cinco talking. I was like, ooh, Cinco on the Twitter Space. And then I was going to request again, but then I fell asleep again. So I don't know what Twitter Space you talked about. But I will be on Twitter tonight. I don't know what people going to talk about, but I'm going to be on there because I like talking. But anyway, let's move on. Okay, fast forward jury segment. Fast forward, Terrence ass is out the house. Let's get on to this double eviction, because double eviction was good. Now, the HOH was, I would have lost that HOH competition. It was flashing. You saw me. You saw me, Dr. Ivy. That's why my ass was in its space sleep. Yes. With Tiffany last night, where they brought up Andy being grouped in. See, I didn't hear. I was at the beginning of the space and then I was knocked out. And I woke up when Cinco came. I was like, "Ooh, Cinco is here." Let me tell you, that man has a sexy voice. And the way, y'all know I don't stand people, but I really do like Tiffany. And the way Tiffany talks to this man is so sexy to me. Like, Tiffany has a way of words and just a way to say really sensual things out of her mouth, and it sounds like normal conversation. Because everybody else was in the space like, "Ooh, Cinco, you so fine. Ooh, Cinco," did like everybody else was sounding like high school. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Everyone else was sounding like little high school cheerleaders with a crush on the captain of the football team. But Tiffany was like the head cheerleader, talking all the slick shit that's already dated his ass in the past. Like, I love, but okay. But yeah, I was asleep. So anything about that space, y'all saw me there. Y'all saw me in the space, but I was not in space. Okay. But anyway, I think I also tweeted last night, them damn flashing lights and counting colors and what color came first, second, third, last, 3, 4, 5 times. I lost. I played along and I didn't get nan color correct. I was amazed at how many they got correct, but I didn't get nan color correct. Not one answer. I really need to work on my BB comp skills, because I'm supposed to clean up on the mental comps, but I don't see how they be counting these colors and memory. I ain't get it. But Turner won, and it was a close race. I really enjoyed that. It was close and it was exciting. Turner won, and conversation is quick. Alyssa, get your ass on the block with Brittany. If somebody win the veto, you'll be the one to come down. But you got to sit on the block with Brittany, because if I put anybody else on the block with Brittany, they ass gonna go home, and we want Brittany to go home. Cool. Alyssa was cool with it, but when you really ain't got no pool in the game, what else can you say? You got to be cool with it. You got 4. You got 4 right out of the 7. I ain't getting nan one on right. I ain't even get them right when Turner and Monty had the right answer on the screen. I still was guessing the wrong color. I was with the people who got it wrong. But so Alyssa and Brittany asses is on the block. Now let's move on. It's veto. Physical veto. It reminds you of the challenge. They're gonna put the rope on your waist, and you gotta go in and out the monkey bars to free up enough rope to put, I guess, I don't even know how Monty won. They said Monty won. I guess you got to put something in the hole. I ain't see it, but Monty won. I was so excited for Monty. It seemed like Taylor was gonna win at one point, but she couldn't get her rope long enough. And at one point, it looked like Michael was gonna win, but Monty came out of nowhere and he won the competition. Great. I'm happy Monty is getting some more challenge wins, and I ain't gonna spoil it yet. I'm gonna give y'all a moment to click off if y'all don't want no spoilers, but I probably just spoiled it a little bit. I don't know. But Monty got another challenge win. Great. So he come in the house. He telling Alyssa, "Look, I'm taking you down." Michael ass going up, and I was at full attention because I told y'all last week. I don't give a damn what kind of deal Michael want to make in the house. If he don't win veto at the double, put his ass on the block and get him out. I'm so happy they listened to me. Turner come in the little bathroom. I don't know. You sure the house got the votes? Because Michael might put me up next week. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Turner. Like, where your balls at? Put his ass on the block and we gonna vote him out. Don't even worry about that. He getting voted out. And so, ooh, did y'all see Michael face when they used that veto and they put he already pleading, don't do this, don't put me up there. You know, I could work with y'all. Who else gonna win the shit? We all gonna win it if you go. Cause if you stay, you gonna win everything. Oh, Michael was hot. He got on that block and ooh, I got the picture. I got the picture. Michael was hot on that block. Brittany was in distress. She didn't know what to do because she knew it was her ass. Well, really, Brittany knows ain't nobody voting her out over Michael. But without Michael, you know, if you a tick, if you ain't got nothing to cling on to and suck the blood and life out of them, you know, you dead too. So Brittany was in distress. Michael got up on the thing and was like, if you get me out, I'm gonna ruin the jury. They just want the jury votes. They gonna have all the jury votes by getting me out. Y'all need to get me out and let them get the credit. And you gonna let Brittany sit here and Brittany just gonna get dragged to the final two. And look at Brittany's face over here. She like, what? Michael said, what about me? I was getting my life last night. Like Big Brother was good. That speech was good. The facial reactions was good. And then, of course, Michael get voted out 3-1. I wish I had the picture of him getting voted out, but I'm gonna do my reenactment. Michael, you voted out 0-3 or whatever the votes was. Get your ass out because they ain't even got no bags. It's double eviction. Everybody sit right here. I got something important to say. The way he got out that house, he didn't hug nobody. He ain't look, not even your best friend Brittany. Brittany ain't had nothing to do with this, Michael. You couldn't even hug Brittany. He in there talking about Turner. You said LGBT was gonna stick together, but wait a minute. I thought people with things in common can't stick together. We just supposed to be working with whoever we working with, because you know we couldn't have no cookout. We can't have no whatever you and Turner got going on. And I didn't even know Turner was, I didn't even know until they said it. So whatever. But I'm just like, Michael was so pissed and it was so good. And Michael is just a game. And as you being a super fan, see, let me tell you what your problem was, Michael. You didn't know how to lose. You did not You cannot expect to win 9 competitions, 2 of them being vetoes, or 6 of them being vetoes, breaking Janelle's record and all that shit. And you think we want to go to the end of the game with you? You didn't know how to throw shit. I understand winning all the HOHs you need to win. But if you win HOH, you ain't got to win the veto too. Let somebody else get a veto. See, the problem with this game, the problem that Big Brother has turned into, you supposed to have two targets at all times. At all times. And you put them two targets on the block. And if one of them come down, you know what? With your ass still sitting there, you can go home. What the new school Big Brother like to do is have two pawns. And oh, we hope we win a veto, or we hope one of our pawns win a veto so we can backdoor our target. I miss old school Big Brother. Whenever you just sit both of the two people you don't like on that block, and one of your targets going home and you cool with it. Now, if the house flip the vote and you know your actual pawn go home, oh well. But at least you took the shot at two of your targets. I don't know. I just miss the old school Big Brother, and Michael. Yeah, BB19 ruined it. And I hate that two pawn. I need two pawns, and maybe my target might if they don't win the beat. No, put everybody asses on the block. Michael and Brittany should have been sitting on that block together a long time ago. A long time ago. But see, y'all like to do slick shit. Put Brittany on the block and leave Michael off, and then Michael end up fucking around, winning the veto. Brittany come off too, and now you really got to scramble for somebody to go home. But anyway, I don't care. Michael got out there talking some shit to Julie. I forgot what he said to Julie. It seemed like once he walked out, he knew he had to let some of that anger go because he didn't sound too angry with Julie. But real quick in the chat, do you think Michael will be a better juror? Do you think he will not vote for Monty and Turner? It's a wrap for them. I don't understand why he didn't hug Alyssa, Brittany, Taylor. Like, they had nothing to do with it. You think he was bitter in the moment, or he gonna be in the jury real bitter? I don't know. I think he gonna be a better juror. Let's look at some of the comments. That was a great challenge for the veto. I like that. I like that. I ain't see Monty put shit in the hole either. I just heard Julie say, "Okay, Monty, you the closest, you win." I think it was a time thing. They said, "Y'all ass is taking too long. Monty, you the closest, you win." I think that's what it was. But anyway, oh, this is the same challenge as BB Cans. Okay. I don't watch BB Can. Like, if they put BB Can back on Paramount Plus, I'll watch it. But as long as if I gotta look at the link, I could tell y'all right now I ain't gonna watch it. And I heard it's coming back on. I ain't gonna watch it if I gotta look at the link. Oh my God, I was so shocked and loved by that eviction was so good. The walkout was the best walkout for me. That was even better than Daniels. And because you know, Terrence tried, ain't nobody want to hug your ass. No way, Terrence. Bye. Gone. Turner told Michael he was trying to open up first place. Me too. Shit. We all want $750,000, Michael. We ain't playing for you. I love that he said that. And the game is now open. I mean, now that the comp beast is gone, anybody could win this. Anybody could win it. Now I got one more question. One more question before we get into the spoilers and the new strategy of it all. Somebody need to check on Julie because why can't she? She did mess up the script at some point, but I ain't gonna blame her. I'll mess it up too. Y'all see how I be reading these comments. Turner talked about him being bisexual on the episode. He talked to Monty about it. I heard that he talked about it, but I ain't. Look at me. I'm making Charles be right. I ain't watch it. I didn't watch Wednesday night, and if he said it last night, it probably was on fast forward. Right? He should have thrown a couple of vetoes, but still, when Michael won The first three competitions at the Michael should have been pre-jury. In Big Brother, I don't even see how he got to 9 competition wins. I would have saw them first three and been like, he going on the block. Fuck Nicole and Daniel, what they doing. Michael needs to go. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, he should have waited towards the end. But I understood his reasoning with Julie. He had to win in the beginning because he was on the block week 1. So he had to win. He didn't have to keep winning. Once he got the leftovers, he should have felt a little bit safe and should have started throwing some of that stuff. If Taylor is in the final 2, he's going to vote for Taylor. Everyone else is a toss-up. I agree. I think if Taylor is in the final 2, she's winning, period. I wonder if the remaining people in the house know that enough to take a shot at Taylor. I don't think they know it. I don't think they know it. No, I don't think he will. He knows the game and understood he was a target. Okay, I hope not. He was just bitter in that moment. He was like, whoosh, no hugs. He probably would have been start crying. Hey, Kamisha. He probably would have started crying. I'm one of those people, if I'm overly emotional, because I'm not a crier. Like, I have to be really hurt to cry. And I don't like crying, and I don't like crying in front of people. It's an ego thing with me, mostly because I'm not a really emotional person. So I am like that. If I feel like I'm about to break down, I will exit stage left and be like, okay, I gotta go, and break down in my car or whatever, and not in front of people. So maybe he felt like if he started hugging people, he would have been too emotional. I don't know. I'm reading too much in it. It was a great TV moment. I loved it. I think he just wanted to make a moment. Oh, it could have been that too. It was a great moment. I loved it. I loved it. Oh, you ain't like Michael. He mad because he really thought he was going to win at the end. I don't want to say he deserved to win because to me, competitions aren't the only thing in Big Brother. Like, you have to have moves and you have to be social. But he was on the list of people who deserve to win. Yes, BB Can is. Oh, it started already. The new season on Paramount Plus. Now I will watch and I will review if I could watch it on Paramount Plus. But as soon as they take it off and put it on that link, because that's what they did with that Survivor season. When Survivor was it Australia came out, it was on Paramount Plus, and then it was like, oh, this gonna be too good to compete with CBS. It's got to come off. And I said, well, I ain't watching it. Everyone say what's up to Kamisha. Now, this is my last question before we move on. Now, y'all know they say BB25 is supposed to be second chances. If it's second chances and you see Tiffany and Michael walk through the door on BB25, who has to go home first? Who are you most scared of out of these two? Because you damn sure don't want them two to start working together. That's going to be a nightmare for you, BB25, if they start working together. Put it in the chat. You see both of them come in next season. Who has to go first? Me, I kind of feel like Michael has to go home first because he has the actual ability to win stuff and put strategy in motion. And we might get Tiffany out week 2. They too good of a player to stay in the game, both of them. Yeah, Michael has to go first. And then we'll deal with Tiffany, but it only take 1 week for Tiffany put her strategy in motion. So I don't know. I'm waiting for 10 as well. 10 is messy as hell. Is that BB Can 10? I don't know. I'm confused. When y'all talk about BB Can, I don't really know because the old one's on Paramount Plus. A moment of honesty. Big Brother is one of those shows that is hard to binge watch because like a million episodes. And so I'm more of a Big Brother Cliff Notes type of person. That's why I like Twitter. So if I already know what's going on, I could fast forward through the episode and just watch the exciting things. But so BB can, I'll be honest, I'm not gonna go back and watch it. Now I will watch a new episode, like a new season in real time on Paramount Plus. But I'm not going back watching all them old episodes. Okay, y'all agree. Michael has to go first. Yes. Michael, Tiffany is winning less. Agreed. But I'm telling you, it only take a second for Tiffany to pull her alliance together. And now you in the house with her. Yes, BB Can has been on since what? It's been on since February. Hmm. I need Tiffany and Michael to work together on the low. They both can win comps and already have strategy on lock. You know they will work together. That's why week one of them got to go week one. Week one, you cannot let them two work together. But it really depends on who else walked through the door. Like these are two big threats to come through the door. But it depends on, can you think of anybody else? Put y'all big brother thinking caps on. Can you think of anybody else that could walk through the door BB25 that you'll be like, oh, hold on, Michael and Tiffany, they got to go first? I can't think of anybody. But you know, my memory ain't the best. But put it in the chat real quick before we get into the spoilers. And Lord, I've been talking for an hour already. My ass loves to talk. Tiffany thought Tiffany, though, because as we seen on the challenge, she can't really do the best now that everyone knows her. You said Cody. Cody can't be on there because one, he's already won. The way I read second chances, and it's just me, and I could be overthinking it. When I think of second chances, that means it's your second time playing, not your third. It ain't your third chance of trying to win. Cody is already a winner, so he really don't even count. I'm thinking of people who've only played one time and this is their second chance. I can't think of anybody that's a bigger threat than Tiffany and Michael. You said Vanessa. Vanessa would be good. I would like to see Vanessa and Tiffany work together. Maybe Michael go home first. Michael still got to go because he winning all the competitions. And then that give Vanessa and Tiffany a week to get their strategy together. I would like that. I saw BB Can 10 when it was running using VPN. I don't know nothing about it. Somebody send me a link because I don't know nothing about it. A good link, not one of them links to the website where you got to click on 20 to 30 different links to find a good viewing. That's what I hate about watching that stuff overseas. But Vanessa's a good pick. Okay, that was fun. Let's get back to the spoilers of it all, and then we're going to end it because I had a YouTube friend who has a show that has already started 5 minutes ago, and I told her I would be in her. I'm not going to be on camera. I'm going to be in the chat for her live. Don't get me the line. I should have wrote it down because I don't remember the channel that it's on. She just sent the link to my phone. So I would support it and tell y'all to support her too. I'll have it together next week, girl. But I didn't write it down. But okay. So 5. When I get to 1, I'm gonna tell you the new HOH. I'm sure half of y'all, I'm sure all 15 of y'all already know. But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I hope you clicked off if you don't want to know the new HOH. Monty is the new HOH. You better do the damn thing, Monty. I can't wait to see what the competition is. I guess since Turner, are we going to assume that Monty and Turner are about to just flip flop HOH vetoes all season. Um, that's what happened when you get the comp beast out. But Monty won HOH. Apparently, the nominees are going to be Alyssa and Brittany. I don't know if Brittany is the target or if they're just sitting on the block hoping to backdoor Turner. Now, real quick in the chat, put what you think the strategy should be. I'm going to tell you what I think the strategy should be. I'm hoping, because I have not watched a single live feed, I don't know what's going on in the house outside of that. I'm hoping Taylor is safe and that Taylor is not the backdoor option. I'm hoping these people know how people in the jury feel about Taylor. And I'm hoping they're thinking she won't have any votes. They have that wrong, but I'm hoping that's what they're thinking. I feel like if the goal this week is to get Turner out, they should have put Turner on the block. And this is why. Because if the goal this week is to get Turner out, and Turner figures that out and he wants to be vindictive, and he wins veto, he can easily take Alyssa off the block, which forces, it ain't nobody else to nominate but Taylor. And then Turner and Alyssa vote Taylor out. It's too risky. At Final Five, put your fucking target on the block. That way, if Turner comes off, okay, Alyssa, go sit your ass down and we vote out Alyssa or Brittany. And Monty, you get to save Taylor. But I just feel like even if Turner doesn't get wind of he has to go home, if Turner wins the veto, it opens up the door for Taylor to go home. And I don't want that to happen. But we shall see. I just felt like Turner should have sat on the block, but maybe Monty doesn't want to rock any waves. And he's like, well, if I don't nominate Turner and he wins HOH next week, I'm safe. But really, next week does not matter. Veto next week is what counts. It don't matter who the HOH is. Whoever wins veto decides who goes home. So, shit, I would have put Turner on the block, but that's my strategy. Let's see what everybody else says. If he's smart, he'll put up Alyssa, Brittany, and get Brittany out next week. Get Turner out, but Turner could win HOH next week. I don't see the point of getting Brittany out. I would leave Alyssa and Brittany there. Next week, Monty can't win HOH. If by any chance you get Turner out, I would think Taylor has the best shot of winning the next HOH. And then Monty just has to win that next veto and then get Brittany out. But I don't know. I wouldn't get Brittany out. Like if I can't get Turner this week, okay, Brittany, you could go. But if Turner is available, he goes. Right. They need to get Turner out. Right now, Turner is the one with the resume of getting out the winner, which is Michael. You got out the comp beast. Turner has the resume. Turner has to go. Bye. They for sure think Taylor is hated by everyone, including America. That's why they even let her get this far. I agree. And I hope they continue thinking it. I hope they continue thinking it. Okay, y'all, this has been fun. It's been 1 hour and 10 minutes. And like I said, I have another live that I want to support. So I'm going to end this here. But we have so much fun on Stella. I will catch up with the challenge next week. I feel like somebody said next week is the finale, but I feel like it's too many people running TJ's final. But again, I probably won't catch up on the episode until this weekend to know if that's true. But whichever way, we will discuss the challenge more next week. Go ahead and thumbs up this video. Give it some love. Give it a like. If it's your first time with your girl Angie at Kiss My Cheeks TV, go ahead and hit subscribe. Yeah, Big Brother getting ready to go off. Yeah, Challenge USA getting ready to go off, but Survivor coming back. And I'm pretty sure that damn MTV version is getting ready to come on once this USA version goes off. So we're gonna have plenty to talk about. Sunday nights is Kitchen Table Talk with my girl Blissfully Single Bean. We're here every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central, and that's more of a hot topics type of show where we debate and go over the hot points of conversation and pop culture for the week. We have a good time at Kitchen Table Talk. Please join me on Sundays, 6 p.m. Central. But until then, I see you all later. I might come back on live tomorrow and go over Bell Collective and Ready to Love and all that kind of stuff. And of course, I'll do a separate video for the Housewives reunion that's coming up. But the show is Kitchen Table Talk. But I'll see you all. I'll put it on Twitter and Instagram. Follow your girl everywhere at Kiss My Cheeks TV for other future show announcements. But until then, y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Bye.